students, especially students of 10th ICSE. I, Dr. Madhura Wakankar, is welcoming you to our channel again, that is Wakankar Group. Today I brought a fantastic video for you all. And what's that? That is blueprint to get maximum marks in physics. Oh, physics, I know all ICSE students, rather majority of ICSE students are afraid of physics. They're quite paranoid about that physics exam. Why is it so? It is because of few key points which we are going to discuss today, and I'm sure if you really watch and execute accordingly, you can get minimum 98 marks in physics. 100 तो मिलेंगे ही मिलेंगे भाई. Now, why physics? I have told you one reason. That is, many of you are really paranoid about this subject. Moreover, those who are having their second language falling on 6th of March and your physics paper is on 9th of March, so you will be getting only 2 days. That kind of tension is also there in your mind. So let us use time prudently. Majority of you all are becoming free on 20th of Jan from your school prelims, from your practical exams. So let us decide a particular period where you will focus upon physics and you will feel confident. If I consider 20th of Jan till first week of Feb, you get 20 days in your hand. Along with other subjects, of course, you can focus on physics as per my blueprint. Fine? Are you all ready? Let's discuss. The first point, obviously, you all are aware, concepts. All teachers have been telling you, बच्चा concept तैयार करो, concept तैयार करो. What is the meaning of that? You all are aware, physics paper is application-based paper. Competency-based questions are asked. And the demand is, you should know the subject thoroughly, the topic thoroughly. I know because I am also a physics teacher. Many a times, you people, you just skip few topics. अरे ये तो exam में नहीं आएगा शायद. So obviously what happens? You keep it aside. Many a times it is observed, students read some ready-made material and they do not open their textbook. So, it's my sincere request, on 20th, when you all will be free from your exams, by chance, if you become free little early, blessings, what you must do? Please open your textbook once again and go through each and every topic and please check कौन सा टॉपिक मैंने ऐसे ही बाजू में रखा था, या just for my school unit test or a small exam I prepared, but really speaking I have not understood the topic. So please make a list that okay, this chapter I have not understood a particular topic. I know chapter number 7, but 7.8 is not understood by me. And please see to it that you read that topic again and get your doubts cleared. My dear kids, all your teachers are ready to help you, but you should come in time with your queries. But how would you go to teacher to get your query solved if you yourself do not know that this is my query? I have not understood the topic. मुझे आज तक ये पता ही नहीं है. शायद पता है बैक ऑफ माइंड पे, लेकिन मैं तो कहता हूँ मन को मैं जस्टिफिकेशन दे रहा हूँ, ये तो टॉपिक आएगा ही नहीं. So, my dear kids, your first duty to read each and every subtopic and understand it. Children, let us take one example. Why am I specifying about concepts? Let's see this figure now. This figure is pretty easy. You all are quite familiar with this, yes or no? This is the graph showing you delta minimum. So what do you expect? Do you expect एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चन आएगा, what is delta minimum according to this figure? Oh, this is such a straightforward question. But they give you this figure, and if they ask you, find out angle A. My dear kids, if you have read the textbook thoroughly, there is one line in your textbook. Whenever you have delta minimum, angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. That is, according to ICSE textbook, it is angle I1 equal to angle I2. And we assume then I1, I2 is angle I. And there is one formula in your textbook. Delta minimum equal to 2I minus A. So figure तो मुझे सिर्फ बता रही है delta minimum, and I have to apply the theory. Angle I equal to angle E, or angle I1 equal to angle I2, and then I have to use this formula of delta minimum, and I have to find angle A. So why I'm saying you again and again, please see to it that the entire textbook, each and every line of the textbook should be thoroughly understood by you. I'm not using the word thoroughly read by you. My dear kids, reading का ज़माना खत्म हुआ है, अभी हमें understand करना ही करना है. Fine? Let us see one more figure. See this figure now? What is this? This is the figure of your Oersted's experiment. Beginning of your chapter electromagnetism. Now, in this particular figure, the direction of current is shown, and what is asked? Find out what is the direction of the magnetic field, or the question is, in which direction the magnetic needle, rather north of the magnetic needle, will point. Now, these figures are there in your textbook. If you have read this figure and if you ask this question to your teacher, teacher, why this direction? Because the figure is based on snow rule. In few textbooks of ICSE, snow rule is not mentioned. But while reading, if I've raised the query, if I've heard the teacher's lecture properly, and if I've made a note that this particular figure is based on snow rule, and if I apply this snow rule, when current flows from south to north over the magnetic needle, the needle points towards west. It's also called as Ampere-Swimer's rule. Forget about Ampere-Swimer's rule, but word snow rule must be known to you all. So while reading each and every line, while going through each and every figure, you should ask question, why? I cannot take the figures casually, my dear children. I need to read the figure. I need to understand the figure. ये figure में ये ऐसा क्यों दिखाया है? There are few solved questions in your textbook wherein there are figures given and questions are asked. If you have not read those questions, if you have not solved those questions, you wouldn't be able to apply what you have prepared, and then those questions will be new to you. So please listen to me that reading of the textbook thoroughly, consciously, by understanding is the key to get maximum marks. In Vaken course, we get students securing 100 on 100, 99, 98, and when I ask them, बच्चा तूने क्या ऐसा स्पेशल किया था? बच्चा कहता है, मैम, I read the textbook 30 to 40 times. Now imagine, this is the magic of reading the textbook by proper understanding, and your path towards maximum mark is going to be easy, isn't it? No resistance at all. Students, I wish to draw your attention to one more aspect. My experience about your habit of, preparing studies is, the first unit of your textbook, force, work, energy, power, machine. This unit is the most repeated unit by you all. If I ask you even now about which unit you are quite confident, you would say the first unit. Why? Because this unit you study somewhere in the month of March, you give small test, you give unit test, you give semester, you give prelim. That means 5 to 6 times this particular unit is being repeated by you, and hence you feel confident. Of course, light chapter is also taken care of, because almost all schools keep light chapter for the first term. The most neglected topic or the lesson is electricity, electromagnetism, household circuit, calorimetry, sound and radioactivity. उसमें से भी ज़्यादा is electromagnetism. This is my observation, of course. Exceptions might be there. So see to it that when you will start reading the textbook, or when you will do that exercise, that you all will list down all your topics which you have not yet touched, start from the last lesson or start from electromagnetism. My dear kids, electricity and light carry the highest weightage, up to 24 marks. So of course you cannot neglect. So you can start from that chapter, but see to it that the later part of the textbook, which is not touched or which is not being repeated by you, should be done first and then go to your first unit. Fine? So this is my second advice. Now let us see, students, the most important aspect of your question paper, that's your section A. You all are always under tension कि भाई MCQ क्या आएंगे, assertion reasoning क्या आएंगे. And what you all do? Whenever you get those 15 minutes for reading, you solve MCQs. Should you do that? No, you shouldn't. Those 15 minutes are given for selecting questions from section B. And what happens, at times, when you start solving MCQs there and there itself in that reading time, and if by chance you're not able to solve a particular MCQ or a particular assertion reasoning question, what happens? It affects your later part of the paper as well. So please see to it that, please keep cool. Do not use that reading time for, solving MCQs. Okay. Now what about MCQs? I have already told you that if you read the textbook thoroughly, if you understand each and every subtopic, your entire paper is going to be easy. So MCQs bhi easy jaane wale, but MCQ needs little more practice. मुझे टॉपिक तो समझा है, कॉन्सेप्ट भी पता है, आई एम क्वाइट कॉन्फिडेंट, बट I must solve variety of questions of MCQs to become more and more confident. Solving is the key for MCQ. पहली चीज समझ के तो लिया है, अभी मैं सॉल्व करूंगा. I will self assess myself. Am I able to solve the MCQs? From where? You get lot many sample papers in the market. We have our app on the Moodle and we upload variety of MCQs on the Moodle. So my dear kids, those who belong to Wakankar group, please check the Moodle, and on the Moodle you get question papers of different schools. You may be living in Mumbai, but you get a question paper from other part of the country on the Moodle. keep on solving, keep on solving. And while solving, you might get a doubt or a query. Obviously, we all teachers are there for you. So to get good marks in MCQ, rather full marks in MCQ, solving is the key. Please remember, reading, understanding and solving MCQs and assertion reasoning. That's your half of the paper. Am I right, kids? Another aspect of our question paper, which is quite important, is real life examples. Board wants to check your critical thinking. तो कहाँ से मिलेंगे real life examples? They are there in your textbook itself. You see, total internal reflection, the effects of total internal reflections, please read. Examples based on apparent depth, real depth, please read. Examples based on specific heat, latent heat. Let's take an example based on latent heat. Burns caused by steam are more severe than burns caused by boiling water. देखा जाए तो boiling water is at 100 degree, then steam is also at 100 degree. Of course, in normal scenario, we are not applying pressure. In that case, burns caused by steam are more dangerous. If I've read the concept of latent heat, I would be able to answer. So your paper has many questions based on critical thinking, nothing but real life examples. If I say the string instruments have the strings of different thickness. Why? It is there in your textbook. Means I must know the relation between the natural frequency of vibration and the thickness. To get different notes, we do this arrangement. So whenever I am going to read any example in the textbook, I must ask why. Why infrared light is used in remote control? Why? If I ask why to each and every question, obviously I'm going to solve the question, give reasons. Why wala question is based on critical thinking. In resonance, there are many real life examples. Yes or no? So I think, children, please reserve 2 days at least, half of the 2 days at least, say 3-4 hours of each day. Please go through once again all examples which are based on a particular concept and just ask yourself, इसका reason मुझे पता है या नहीं? So that is another part of a question paper. Now let us discuss the most terrifying part of the question paper for the students. And what's that? Numericals. Actually speaking, it is the most scoring part of your question paper. Then why are you afraid of? It is because we do not follow the proper steps. Whenever we start preparing a lesson, we prepare the lesson just 1 or 2 days before the exam, and we do not have adequate amount of time, and that is why what we do, we read the solved examples. Just we read and we feel, oh, I have done it. भैया आपने सिर्फ वो पढ़ा है, solve नहीं किया है. And in numericals, actual solving is necessary. Right from the first step to the last step. You cannot simply say, okay, this is a numerical, I will use this formula, I'll do the calculation directly in the exam. Oh, it is not possible. What you should do? See, children, I have told you, you are going to use these 20 days. Keep aside 3 to 4 days for numericals. What you must do? Suppose if you decide, today I'm going to solve numericals of so and so chapter. Let us decide, say, light chapter. First of all, I have to make a list of all the formulae. By now, you all must have prepared your own list. If not, please do it so. Prepare the entire list of the formulae. Check which quantities are involved in the formula. Do I know the meaning of that letter? Do I know the meaning of delta? Do I know the meaning of angle I, angle E, angle A, RD, real depth, apparent depth, critical angle के लिए हम C use कर रहे हैं. If I'm talking about current electricity, do I know the formula of EMF? Do I know the formula of current? So I must be familiar with all the symbols, all the formulae, and then obviously I must know the SI unit to measure that quantity. And CGS unit as well. At times, the numerical involves the units which do not belong to SI or CGS, but it might be a higher unit like kilowatt, megawatt. So what's the next step? I must know the conversion factor. कि भाई पावर वैट में दी है और मुझे उसको किलोवाट में कन्वर्ट करना है. जैसे कि हमारे प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, एनर्जी टू बी फाउंड इन किलोवाट आवर्स. So I must know all the conversion factors. So while preparing the list, do not just prepare the list of the formulae mechanically. मैं क्या लिख रहा हूं, मुझे हर एक लेटर के बारे में पता है. क्वांटिटी किस यूनिट में मेजर की जाती है. हाउ डू आई कन्वर्ट कैलोरीज टू जूल और जूल टू कैलोरीज, डू आई नो. सो प्लीज prepare that first. That's your first step. Second step, please solve all the solved examples from the textbook. Now कैसे solve करोगे? सब बोलते हैं solve करो. What we do? We simply read the problem and we expect each and every information will be ready-made for you. No. You read the problem, break the sentence in small pieces, try to extract the meaning of the words, try to correlate what you are reading with the theory which you have read. See, it is not like every now and then problem will be very straightforward. आपको वो प्रॉब्लम से मीनिंग निकालना है और थियरी को कोरिलेट करना है. देन राइट गिवन. What are the given quantities? What is to be found? While writing all given quantities, I must take care that all quantities should fall in the same system. They should belong to the same system. ग्राम्स दिया है, कैलोरीज में यूनिट एनर्जी का भी दिया है, या किलो कैलोरी में दिया है, तो ग्राम का किलोग्राम करना है या किलो कैलोरी का कैलोरी करना है, क्या मुझे एग्जैक्टली करना है. सो आई मस्ट नो the quantities and their units. After that, take a pause. Try to, understand all the given to find and correlate with your all formulae, the formula list. देखिए, आप solved example को सिर्फ पढ़ोगे तो वो एग्जाम्पल आपने सॉल्व किया नहीं है. That is solved by the author of the textbook and not by you. That's not your practice. So please try to correlate everything to the list of the formulae. Okay, this is given, this is to be found. I'm going to use this formula. Then if you wish, you're not that confident, if you wish, you can just check it कि textbook में कौन सा formula use किया है. Am I on the right path? Then substitute the quantities properly. After substituting again, please recheck. हम घाई घाई गड़बड़ में substitution भी गलत करते हैं. Then after substituting, you start simplifying, you start solving. Many a times children perform 2 to 3 operations at a time while solving. हम वो ही स्टेप में मल्टीप्लिकेशन भी कर रहे, एडिशन भी कर रहे, कुछ कॉमन निकाल रहे. सी, राइट डाउन स्टेप वाइज. लेट corrector also understands that you are a very, very methodical person. And of course, you will not commit mistakes while doing stepwise. If you wish to do any rough work, like multiplications, division, please have a rough column on the page itself, on the same page itself. Do not use your last page for your rough work. Please make a column for rough work on the same page. And then come to the conclusion. Write properly therefore signs. Write properly equal to signs. And when you come to the conclusion, the last answer, after getting the last answer, you should not leave it. You have to write the final answer in words. If suppose you write angle I equal to 60 degree, that's your final answer. But actual answer is angle of incidence is 60 degree, a box. Highlight your final answers. Of course, making a box consumes time, so you can do that after solving the entire paper. So once you go through all solved examples, then please do not leave any sum of the exercise unsolved by you. बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं? बच्चे टेक्स्ट बुक में जितने सारे सम्स है, almost everybody is using concise for physics, right? So if you solve each and every sum of that book, children, I guarantee you, you will be able to solve any sum in your board exam. So solving is the key. Reading is not the key. You might have ready-made material wherein all the exercise questions are solved. You get those, answer keys of the textbook on the internet. You have your ChatGPT. Please do not go for that. Self-assessment is the key to get maximum mark. खुद को चेक करो, खुद को परखो, मुझे ये आ रहा है, नहीं आ रहा है, मुझे जाना है टीचर के पास, I have to get my doubt solved. And that's the key to get maximum marks in numericals. Numericals give you maximum marks and your road to 100 marks becomes easy if you solve numericals. Now, the last aspect of your question paper is diagrams. In physics, you get questions based on ray diagrams, based on prisms diagrams, total internal reflecting prism. And what we do again? We read the diagrams. You have to literally practice each and every diagram by drawing. Moreover, you get questions based on circuit diagrams. So obviously, just ask yourself, have you drawn each diagram from the textbook at least once? If you get a question from radioactivity chapter, where you need to show the deflection of the radiation in the electric field, are you going to just draw a fountain of alpha, beta, gamma? While drawing that deflection, you must understand अल्फा कैसे डिफ्लेक्ट होगा, बीटा कैसे डिफ्लेक्ट होगा. So, drawing ray diagram consciously, it is not just drawing, it's a drawing with science, is very important. Moreover, if you have really practiced diagrams, it's going to help you in the numericals as well. Numericals based on meter rule, numericals based on prism. Please see to it that you draw the rough diagram, and that is also going to help you for the numericals. So please see to it that helping yourself by practicing ray diagrams, by practicing circuit diagrams, rather by practicing each diagram from the textbook is again going to make your path easy to maximum marks in physics. Children, I hope this particular session is going to be helpful for you if you really follow this blueprint and utilize those 20 days which I have told you to get the maximum marks in physics. Thank you very much for listening to my video.